Good morning. Boy, I'm losing my voice already. No, I don't have my voice yet today. That's what it is. And welcome to Moopsy in the Morning for June the 17th, 2024. I am Mom, and this dun, da, 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 is Ed. Good morning, Ed.
Good morrow. How are you?
Good morning to you, kind sir. I'm going to be really tired by the end of the day. For some reason, well, it was actually the first warm night we've had, and it took me a while to figure out where the fan controls for my bedroom were. So that was a bit of an adventure. And then the later discovery of the two fans in the main room and in what will eventually be your room, the fans work just fine. The overhead lights don't. I think they didn't hook up the electrical to the lights, only to the fan. So, which is fine. I mean, there's plenty of lights, but it's just weird. I don't know. Why would you not hook up the electrical? Well, probably because mom or dad or grandpa or somebody did the installation rather than having a pro do it. And they're on slightly different switches. So that's on the list of things to get done at some point. But the fans work, and honestly, that's all that matters. But anyway, so I got up, turned on the fans during the middle of the night, figured them out. And I was going to open the door and sleep with the doors open. And the dogs were like, great, we can go in and out whenever. No, 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 no. We're not doing that. The joy of having windows versus having a door, but the door is kind of nice. So 3 this morning, the dogs are like, we can go out and pee now. Okay, fine, let's get up. Which will make for a long day. And it's a Chris. It's a Chris.
Yes, it's a me.
Hi, Chris. How are you?
I'm terrible, thanks for asking.
Okay. Want to share, or?
I just didn't go to work today. I just called in sick. I just didn't feel like going there.
Oh, yeah, I don't blame you. That's okay. We're allowed to take care of ourselves. I
I'm also looking into taking a prolonged mental health leave, so I don't have to go there at all.
Good for you.
Yeah, I just can't cope with that. No, they just figured out that they're going to require us to do like amount of cases per month per head, which is not something you really have control over because 50% of our cases are like with engineering teams, so we don't really have any influence over how quickly those are resolved. It's resolved when it's resolved, when they can fix a patch, when they can send out a fix to the environment of the client, when they can investigate. Not something I have any control over, and they think that bringing up like requirement amounts of tickets that you close per month per person is something reasonable, and that's something that is they started really hardcore measuring, and with the level I'm struggling with already, I'm just like, I'm not seeing this.
Yeah, no,
So
that's a KPI that's not under your control.
Yeah, and that's just a stupid thing. They were always like, oh, no one's like when I came there, there was like it was quite obvious and it was communicated quite officially that no one expects you to close amount of cases because you have no control over it. But ever since we had a different CEO a year and a half ago, and the guy is known to like restructuring organizations to be even more corporate and the less human.
Yeah.
And it used to function like a startup company. That company exists for like only 24 years now. It's not like it's a new business that is been like it's e-discovery, right? So it's the data that is going for any kind of court case between companies, legal staff. I think Department of Justice is one of our customers.
Oh, wow.
We have a huge high-profile government agencies that work with us, so it's one of the biggest things. And because my company devised a very comprehensive tool for that, which does everything. It doesn't just limit itself to like only digesting the data. It also does all the other stuff that's around it. Unlike other companies, it's pretty complex. So like learning that is another piece of cake because it's not easy to learn it, because like you would have to like take a full tenure of like I don't know studies, like 3 years to actually know everything, which is unworkable because you have to work. So they assume that you will learn as you work, but it doesn't work for everybody, and then they suffer.
Yeah.
Yeah, our learning
So
curve is right up there with that. Rasul
Yeah.
is on with us and is asking Pew Pew, and I need to run guillotine. Would anybody like to run guillotine with me?
I think I run it this morning, but I can do it again. I'm fine with doing it again. I'll do it. I'll do it if you're asked so,
I
so
am asking
nicely.
if you're interested.
No, I would go anyway. I love guillotine. It's one of the best, one of the new ones. It's
Id, are
funny
you
that they
up for gaming this morning?
Yeah, a little.
Okay.
just a tad, just a little bit, just
Just
a little bit. You'll quit half the match because you'll have enough, but you go along.
Well,
Like a
Rasul
wafer
goes, I still
thin.
don't like space all that much, so you folks have fun.
Aw.
Well, you're not a huge fan of ground, so he's allowed to not love space. It's fair. Fair is fair.
Yeah, I get it.
I think I said,
Although, opening words of Star Trek, space, the final frontier. Do people cringe when they do that?
no cringing involved.
Yeah.
Just a heads up, this week in the evenings is going to be a little weird because my son's got his 5-year anniversary tomorrow here in Indy, so we're having a little
Oh,
cookout at his house. So
nice.
I am going to be on tonight and Thursday night, and then Friday. Friday got something to do in the evening, correct?
Ooh.
Correct.
Correct, yeah. It's coming up here for a while, so I'm going to go pick him up Friday night, and then I'll be on Saturday night.
Ringing.
So Rasul says, you say that, but then 98% of all episodes are about people, not ships. So ships are settings and set pieces, but the story is about people. This is true, Rasul.
Yeah, I was just making a joke. I do
It-
realize that it was just always a background, but I just
There are very few episodes that are actually set with them in space.
physically, like in space, yeah. I do remember one that stuck with me about Belana and Tom Paris that were stuck in together. Where they kind of realized that they kind of feel more than just friendship towards one another.
Badum-tish, yes.
But it was a nice episode. I did enjoy it.
Chris, I sent you an invitation.
Yep.
Okay.
Let me accept that. Sorry, I just realized I forgot to feed my dog.
Oh, do you need to go feed your dog?
I just did.
Oh, okay.
He's
Yes.
just munching.
Mine were doing hey, it's 4. We need to eat breakfast. It's 4. You're going to be really hungry before we get home from work. It's 4. It's time for
You know,
breakfast.
I always admire my dog. He's such a uninvasive dog. Like he's not going to remind me, but he's going to be sad.
Oh, God, that's worse.
He's
That's
gonna
worse.
he's gonna sit there, like, quietly tolerate his fate, but he's never gonna remind me. He's not gonna come over and look at me. He's not gonna like, do the sad eyes and or like bring the ball like some dogs do. No, he's just gonna take it. The shelter dogs are just like the most adorable, but at the same time, they are ready to suffer from your hand, even if you don't want them to suffer. So it's kind of like
Wee-woo?
devastating. Yep.
Well, these guys are getting a little chonky, so we were out walking yesterday, even though it was warm. And towards the end of the walk, both the dogs are doing the step. The little one I can pick up and carry. The big one, I can pick her up and carry her, but we do 3 steps and then we're done. So just had to kind of manage. And this was early in the morning, but it was very sunny yesterday, and the path was
Hello,
very
universe
bright.
class.
Hello.
Oh, yeah. Yep, looking up there.
I'm just feeling like it lately. I absolutely love this ship. It's one of my best performing ships too.
The only thing I have of interest on this account is Destroy Voth ships, but I have other accounts to look at too. But
Oh,
depending
I
on
need
what
to
you
reroll
guys
one.
have. Oh, pardon?
I need to reroll one. I'm not going to do 120 Hark attendance. That's just never happening.
JT Dovakin is now following. Thank you, JT. We appreciate it. Why aren't you going to do 120 attendance? It takes nothing.
Yeah.
It's on ground and it requires you to take on a mission, which I really dislike. I don't like that mission.
What I did is I
whatsoever.
got that mission going to a certain point by having to wipe out the frigates, and as soon as you get to that point, beam down, stop. Now you're at the attendance, and you just leave it there. Don't finish it. So now I can just beam down and do the attendance anytime I want.
No,
Too easy?
it's not. It doesn't sound easy, and I'm not gonna do it.
No,
Just
sir.
not happy.
I don't like it.
I don't like it. You're gonna do it. Even if it's gonna be the only endeavor in the world, I'm still not gonna do it.
Let's see. Random question. Do Voth player ship counts? No. I mean, you can't
No,
go around
sadly
attacking each
no.
other.
Funnily enough, the game doesn't distinguish the origin of the ship you're using, which I think is very dumb because the game should. I'm still like waiting for them to like fix the warp in and out animations for the ships and the
Yeah.
types. Because like I'm running like I don't know any Discovery era starship, like even from like Discovery shows, and all of them have warping animation that is just like blink it's there, and it's not the same one as like the Galaxy class warping animation like from TNG. So it would have been nice if they would like sync that, and TNG era starships had an old TNG warp-in animation and warp-out animation, but like Discovery era would have had their own. But it's like random because like some ships have it embedded, like Intrepid class, the Janeway will have it embedded, and Janeway will always have the blink I'm warped in like in Discovery ship. But the same ship from the same era, like I don't know,
Where's the 10th one?
check the Marion class that I fly often. It's a 4 nacelle 32nd century ship. It has the old animation that is assigned to my era of my character, which is TNG, and that is so bizarre that it's so inconsistent.
Let me interrupt for a
I'm
second.
going to 2.
JT, I'm going to 4. JT says Herc attendants. I don't want to do that either. Herc attendants are a
Yeah.
breeze. And
They are not.
Yeah, they
Swarm is a breeze. I love shooting
the Swarm is a breeze
swarms.
too, but the Herc attendants on the ground, easy peasy. Did it with Gornalicious yesterday, and had all 120 before he got out of the hallways.
Even you can't hide it. It's lit.
Yeah, it's me in the morning. I haven't had enough coffee. It's not the Herc attendants. They're
Coffee.
easy, especially if you've got a agony field.
Coffee.
Coffee. I need my coffee this morning.
I don't know why, but every time I hear it, it's just cracking me up. Oh, I got all nostalgic for Stargate Universe. I think I gotta watch it now. I'm glad I have the whole series on DVD because it's nowhere to be seen. Like Amazon has it. They have the full rights. They bought MGM. They're together now. And guess what? It's not available in all regions. In most regions, especially Europe, is not having Stargate, even though it's in the US. And I'm like, excuse me, why? I mean, I can find it. If I Google it, it's there, but it's not available in my region, so I just can see it. The tab, I can't play it. And I'm like, what's the limitation here? What is the reason? No one else holds the license to distribute it online. It's not like it's, someone's got exclusivity. No one's got it. I don't understand what's wrong with Amazon having like that released to everybody. I would love to catch up with like Atlantis. I never watched whole SG-1 because it wasn't available. They didn't air all the seasons, and I can't watch them.
Can't you get something that lets you go in from random locations? There's a number of services here that let you do that. So in essence, you
You
can
mean like
access...
a VPN thingy
Yeah,
magic?
exactly.
I mean, we can, but my ISP is very sensitive to that, and it doesn't like work well with it, so I just can't really reliably work on that.
I'm heading off to take out this assimilator, then I'll go over to number 2 when I'm done with that one.
Not if I can get it first.
Fine. If you can get it first, go for it. If I don't get my butt moving, it's going to get out before I can. Ah, come on.
No
Die.
tractor beams, thank you, uninterested.
Ah, it got out. Gosh darn it. Alright, what are we missing? Looks like one needs a little coverage. I have tunes that are great for space, but not as good as the good tunes out there. I was watching a casual SAB video yesterday, and it's like, gosh darn it, I wish I had that.
Is there anything that Sab doesn't have?
No. But, well, he's got a couple of things I don't have, one of which is a set of skills. He approaches the game differently, and it's really fun to watch him do so outstandingly well. But I do like my ground game a lot. But it can get boring. That's why.
Ground is unworkable for me because of the control system. It does like when I play a third-person perspective game, I do expect the character to be able to do certain things, and or do certain things a certain way, and in SDR they don't, and I just can't stand it. I just can't bear with this system of like pressing millions of buttons to like activate an ability. Like, no,
Well, you
I'm not
can't
gonna
set
do
up
that.
keybinds and then set up a macro to get them to go in sequence.
I know, I just don't like the keybinds. I don't like the way they work because they synergize stuff, and I do like to have the control of what I activate when.
But you can. Just don't, leave the things you want to activate individually on toggle. And the rest of it, if it's something you want to have automatically go, then set that up on a keybind sequence. I don't
still
usually do
like
it
the
for
way
ground.
you control it in combat. Combat is the worst because like the control is either it's auto aim that is like really wonky, and I
Yeah.
never get them to target something I want unless I point to it.
Yep, that is an issue
I-
lately. That's
But I need my mouse for something else, like pressing an ability to heal or like remove something, and it's just unworkable to me. I don't like the way it's been made, and I don't like that they have not done anything to make it easier. But then again, there are people who play it on console, and I still don't understand how
Yeah,
they
no.
do it on a gamepad.
Yeah, no.
I
No. I
tried.
can't.
I remember trying on PS4 when I still was doing PS4, and I was like, "How do people control this game on a gamepad?" And don't get me started about flying a spaceship in space on a gamepad. Like that's unworkable.
JT
have-
says, I use shooter mode. I hate shooter mode, sorry.
Shooter mode is no go for me either. I don't like the way it works either.
It's the visual. I'm just so used to doing it the way I've been doing that when I go to do shooter mode, my brain melts.
And it's not like I'm not handling it well. I just don't like the way it works. It's not like oh no, I don't know how it works. I mean, I do. I just like genuinely how
I
that
spend
works.
too long trying to figure out what the heck's going on. I'm switching over to a different account here.
I'll just stay with.
I'm gonna hang back.
Okay.
Oh, okay. So anyway, was just nostalgic about Stargate, and I wanted to say why. I saw a fragment of an interview with David Blue and the actress who actually played Eli's mum in SGU. And I do love how they tackle that dynamic. I just love the body swapping stones in Stargate in general, because it creates such an amazing dynamic that they really used well in Stargate Universe when it was more about the humane part. Like you can swap you know how it works, right?
Yes.
In the world, like you swap your consciousness with body of another person on the other end, and that could be leading between galaxies. And what was really great is that they emphasized of the drama of it. You are inside of a body of a stranger, and you're talking to your own mother, and you really can't. You know that she's not going to comprehend it. That this is you, even though you can tell her million things that would be believable that this is you. You're her son. I love the way they did that dynamic in Stargate Universe. It was such a beautiful thing to like. How to make this humane? How to make this about human condition? About like the struggle that the technology creates. But on the other hand, they still did it in a tasteful way, in a tasteful manner. That it wasn't like unbelievably handled. Like she immediately believed him because like he told her something about his dad or something like it. That is she's the only one who knew. They could have easily gone to a cliche, and they didn't, and that was beautifully done. I love the way they've handled that struggle. And there was another character. Oh, I don't remember her name. Chloe.
Let me
Who
interrupt for a
did the
moment.
same thing with Mom.
Would you be up for a little swarm?
Sure.
Okay.
Oh.
Oh, do you have
I
something
need to do-
you need to do? Because I'm happy
Well,
to do stuff.
actually, we can do Swarm. I just need to swap ships.
Okay, swap ships.
The thing is, I have Disruptor in space,
Well, you... Okay, so...
and
get a disruptor.
just gonna. Yeah, I'll just swap to my Walker class.
So Rasul says, I tend to keep holding R mouse or some such so I can keep rotating the cam with the mouse. Then I use WASD to walk and strafe, a custom keybind for spam key for all the stuff I want to run all the time. Tray 10, secondary attack, primary attack, tray 9. And tray buttons forward 0 for anything I want to activate manually. For healing allies, I pin the ally to heal, then use a custom hotkey to select the pin target, then apply all the heals I got on the build. That's about the same, though I don't have a whole tray set up for attacks. But I agree with the camera, and JT does the same thing.
Mm.
And yeah, I do WASD for walking. Let me send you an invitation here, Chris.
Yeah, I'm ready. Yeah, I can send one over. Oh, jeez.
It is on its way. Sure you don't want to join us, Ed?
Received.
No.
Okay. So the question is, Ed, are you a morning person?
I'm a bit of a night owl.
Okay.
That explains why you're suffering right now. It's not night for you anymore.
Well, I am a morning person, as you might have gathered from the fact that it's 6 in the morning and I've still been up for 2 hours.
No.
Yeah, I know.
Really? I would never guessed.
Who'd have thunk?
I never, absolutely. You got me stumped there.
Hey, JT, are you in the game right now? Would you like to join us? Yeah, weirdly enough, I'm in the Midwest, but with a East Coast time frame. This is going to be Swarm. So all of Indiana is split at a certain point, and then they make this little cutout to include Indianapolis on Eastern time zone. That's fine, we're on Fed too. But I do need your name so I can invite you. So name and @handle. That's okay. Put it down in chat or wherever you want to put it, and then I can just copy paste it. We'll go from there. Oh, that's not that bad.
Oh, I've seen longer ones.
Yeah, really. And you are invited to the team. Advanced good with everybody?
Yep.
Okie doke. Wee woo.
And we got a wee woo.
Yay.
Yeah, Swarm is always fun.
Mm-hmm. I've got some kinetic damage to do too, so I figure
Unless
2
it
birds, 1
bugs.
stone.
The Herc are about
I
to
did get
move
through
around
all of
its
my
line
endeavors on all 4
times.
accounts yesterday, but on my older, or the Ed accounts, it's a struggle. Those things are underpowered and they need some love, and I have to go through my supplies and see what I can send over to them. And then figure out a primary
Yeah.
on each one.
Yeah, you got to prioritize, right?
Pardon?
You got to prioritize, right?
Yep, yep. I do in many
Oh.
ways, yes. Ooh, the Owane, nice. Nice ship choice.
Awanahi, nice.
Yeah.
Or whatever you pronounce it, I don't know.
But that's kind of how I pronounce it. And it might be wrong too, but what the heck.
I do like that ship. I actually was surprised how powerful it is,
Yeah.
considering that it technically has just one technical console. Just this is the one that's just basically equivalent of Stargazer, but they made it a carrier, right?
I believe so, yeah.
Yeah. I still don't
JT says
understand why
that's
they
how I
made
see
it a
it.
carrier, although if you go to Constellation class, it has like 7 hangars or something like that. Or 8. So I guess it could be a carrier.
Well, so much for my destroying Herc frigates. Let's see what we can do for kinetic damage now.
You destroyed 2 more dreadnoughts. I don't think I'm gonna get anything above 1 here, so...
Well, there's the hive, and that's it here. But oh no, we'd have to go out and do something else. The horror.
I don't know what I'm
Whatever shall
gonna
we
do. Oh no, Yukida's inmates is going on the news. Whatever shall we do? I love that line from Mariner.
I do need to go and see what we're doing for the endeavors for today. I'll go back and pick this one up.
I still hold a grudge for Discovery writers that they decided to destroy Shenzhou instead of like utilize it. Such a wonderfully looking class starship. I love that it had kind of like NX-01 aesthetic inside, like an interior.
Mm-hmm.
And that, like, the original Discovery uniforms for starship captains were still reminiscent of that NX-01 crew uniforms.
Oh,
They did bridge a gap between Enterprise and like the pre.
Satellite is back online.
You have not finished Discovery. Yeah, I'm not talking about the ending. I'm just talking about the very first season when Shenzhou and Walker class was introduced. The ship I'm flying is the one from there. Gets destroyed like at the very beginning of the show, almost. Oh, that's a spoiler. It's not a hero ship, so. But yeah, and we saw it once, but it was like not that ship. And did they say it was old? I think they said it was old, like it was an old class. It was an even older ship.
That I do not know.
I think the original Giorgio actually says that she's old, but she gets us where we need to go, something like that, something in line with that.
So with the whole Acolyte debacle that's going on, somebody has been discussing the concept of trying to write stories that that are in the universe of whatever, but try too hard to incorporate things from other aspects of that, i.e., if you're writing Star Trek, do you need to always incorporate Kirk and Picard, or would it be worth people's attention to go out and write all new stuff? Would that be something that's interesting? And this was just, this isn't a discussion of what's right or wrong, but is one of the reasons that Star Wars, Star Trek, Harry Potter, etc., don't do as well the longer they go, because there's too much interest in incorporating fan favorites, so to speak. Do we have to have that?
Even Prodigy wasn't free of that.
Oh no, I will say that Lower Decks did it, but with kind of a joke in mind. It was humorous when they incorporated it, the Tom Paris commemorative plates.
Oh
that kind
yeah,
of thing.
those plates were.
So that's the kind of thing where I think it works really well, where you can do it lightheartedly, but it's not a key point.
Yeah, like the show isn't basing itself on that. It doesn't reference it for the sake of like moving the story forward. It was just something that they made a spoof of rather than
Like
make an important point in the story.
like Doctor Who does pretty well.
Historically, yeah, I think they do it great.
When an actor leaves the role of the Doctor, you might not see them for 4 or 5 years, depending.
Oh, or longer.
Or longer, because every 10 years they have an anniversary episode,
Right.
and it tends to be a multi-Doctor story, but it doesn't always have to be. Or like, there's a in this latest season, the big bad is somebody who has not been seen for 57 years.
I have not seen Doctor Who, and I'm not going to, so.
Okay.
Get over there.
And if
Basically,
anybody is watching Doctor Who, you can put your hands over your ears right now and go la 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 for a few moments.
Herc Dreadnought on
Spoiler
sensor.
warning, 3, 2, 1. Basically, the big bad is Sutek.
Really?
Yep.
Oh, how amazing. I love Sutek.
It's already been revealed that it's him.
Yes.
Yeah, but not everybody's up to date with Doctor Who.
Yeah.
I've only seen one episode in my life, and that was the recent one. One of the recent
I'm a
ones.
Tom Baker person, so Sutek is Pyramids Mars?
Yes. AKA linebackers from outer space.
Isn't he like... Sutek is the name of like how Egyptians would pronounce Seth
That's correct.
in
Yes.
different variations.
The-
So is
the-
that Egyptian Seth in
Yes.
a way?
Yeah. Yes. They even have a line in the second to last episode that his names are Medi, Set, Seth, etc., etc.
That was actually a fairly creepy episode for that genre in that era. Very reminiscent of old Hammer the Mummy movies. Let's see, when Voyager came out, people were critical for the first season or two, but overall it was a good series, though Janeway could have used better writing. Duh. And Voyager included almost no other treks, same with Archer, so I think trying too hard is
No, no.
detrimental. Should be true to the nature of the setting. I happen to agree with you on that one.
Right. I mean, we got John Delancey, and we had a little bit of interactions with TNG crew, but
Yeah, but just
For the
very
most-
little, so...
There was even Sulu in one episode, but it
Yep.
wasn't like physically there. It was more like no, not a retrospect.
No.
It was a vision or memory of some sort.
yeah.
It was from Tuvok's past. It was about apparently like one of the officers on.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah,
In,
ship.
what was it? Wasn't,
Janeway
Star
was
Trek
digging with
6?
his memory because he was like, yeah, I think it was reference to that.
Gamma, get over there.
I
yeah,
think they
see, those
got
are
actually
nicely
George
done when you
Takei in.
throw that little bit in. It is...
DS9 also kind of refrained from that. I think the most callbacks was when they actually traveled back in time to TOS.
Yeah, they did Trials and Tribulations.
Yeah, with the tribbles and
They
stuff.
had
Yeah,
the episode with Picard in it. But again, that's...
that was very like sidelined. They
Exactly.
tried not to expose him.
it
Didn't
was...
try to base off of him.
But it sets up the character and then it leaves it alone, and I think that's a great way to do it.
Yeah, so it is doable. You just have to have the setting and like and the focus and keep with it.
Looking at the titles for season 2 of Prodigy,
Yeah.
we're going to get a story set in the Mirror Universe.
That's interesting.
So, like episode 13, a tribble called Birdley, Bridule,
Okay. Yeah.
and then episode 14, the Mirror Universe. Kind of an
That's the
uninspired
title
name,
of
but
the episode.
yes.
I'm
So-
wondering if it actually is going to tackle it, or is it just a clever title, but it's actually not happening in the Mirror Universe?
We will find out, or more
I mean,
accurately, you will find out.
I mean, I could go look because I can watch the French dub.
Well,
But-
it'll
No.
be out in, what, 2 weeks now?
Yeah, roughly.
It's out in 2 weeks.
I'm trying to understand. Did Netflix actually purchase the rights to it, like to distribute it only, or is it like for production purposes as well?
I
Will they be
think it's just
interested in
for distribution.
Yeah, because
Right.
it was almost fully in the can by the time they canceled it.
And they might be able to negotiate for license to go back into production, but I don't know that they want to.
Question is if Netflix wants to, because they had very bumpy road with Discovery's opening 2 seasons, so they didn't want to participate in it anymore.
Yeah.
Which is understandable, considering they were promised a hit and the show was received kind of mixed way. It didn't bring them a lot of viewers after all.
Well, at least
My
if they did
understanding-
Prodigy, Prodigy has an existing fan base. So they probably do better with it.
No, that's true, and it hasn't going people who are following it from the like fans of Voyager as well, because I know a few people who are like interested in it despite the the target audience, that they're still interested in it because it continues the story of Janeway after the Voyager stuff. So, plus it's got Mulgrew, and now season 2 is introducing the Doctor.
Oh,
Yep.
really?
I don't know if he's going to be a full member of the cast or is he just going to be episodic, but there was a pre-released fragment of the first episode that already showed him, and he dubs himself, so Robert Picardo is there.
Get out of here.
Which is
Razul says
nice.
they should make Axanar canon, fund the team, and let them go wild. Here.
Yeah,
I
the
like-
thing with Axanar.
I love
It's a
the
bit-
concept.
Concept was really great, and they got some of the actors on board with
Yeah,
it,
they
which
got
was
quite a
also quite a nice nod.
I'm gonna break.
But
the
then
team.
again, I think from that time, didn't these actors actually get like shadow banned in a
Yeah,
way
they
from
did.
Paramount at that time?
They did
But
for
now
a
this
while.
is not the same people in power at Paramount right now, so it's
No,
not
well,
valid.
Paramount
but,
isn't in power right now, so that's a big issue. And
yeah.
it does kind
They
of come
quit
down
the
to.
merger, right?
I think they're talking
They
about
backed off.
a merger with Sundance now. Isn't that what it's at?
Skydance, yeah, that was
Sky-
cancelled.
Yeah, Skydance fell through.
Okay. I know it fell through
They
the
did
first
because
time. I didn't know if
last-
they'd gone back or not.
Last time I read, it was like they backed off. It's now called off, and that was Sherry Redstone who said it. That it's like backed off.
Sherry Redstone is
Yeah.
an interesting person. Trying to
Isn't
be
she,
diplomatic there. I'm looking at my other accounts to see.
Interesting.
Wow, this is all ground.
Yeah.
You don't want me to do ground.
Honestly, I'd like to see Sony get it.
Sony's
Sony
not in
gets
great
Star Trek?
financial shape either.
No, but
No.
if you hand it over to Bad Wolf Productions,
Mm-hmm.
Doctor Who crossover.
Yeah, they could actually do it.
I don't
Finally,
know that
if
at
they
the moment
wanted
that
to.
would be a winner. I mean,
No, I don't think
from
that
what
would bring
Russell
a
T.
lot of people
Davies was
to it.
saying the other day, the future of Doctor Who seems to be very limited at the moment.
Yeah, that's a multiple factors of issues.
Yeah, let me see if we got anything. Oh my, I have more Herc frigates on this account and repair hull in space. What else do we have to do this morning? I still got 20 minutes.
I have
here.
one dreadnought left.
Oh, well, let me jump back to an account that can actually fight something.
But
Fight something.
this new era, season 2 is already in the can, and they're
Of-
working on season of Doctor Who.
Oh, is it?
They shot them back to back, and
Ah.
then they're working on 3.
Hmm.
But
So they already have 2 seasons at the ready. They're just releasing them.
Well, they're doing shorter seasons again, right?
yeah, it's like 8
Who
episodes.
isn't? Who isn't? On one hand, I miss like the formula of 26 seasons, like episodes in a season.
Ooh, that goes way back. But 10 is really short, and if you're going to do 10, they better be 10 really good episodes. There's no justification for 5 good episodes and 5 episodes.
Yeah, that's the thing. That there's a lot of filler content anyway. So where's the writing
Yeah.
coming from?
Right? If we didn't have filler episodes, we wouldn't have gotten certain episodes. Like, what is
Let me interrupt 1 second. JT, I'm sending you a friend request on my alt account, or on my main account.
what's that DS9 episode where they're Cisco's flashing back and forth between like the 40s and
Oh, that's the classic episode. Boy, what is it? I should remember it. Far Beyond the Stars.
Yeah.
I had to go look it up.
like yeah, we would never have gotten that episode.
Good morning, Stargate Wars. That is a fantastic episode.
Now that being said, we also wouldn't have gotten the Voyager episode about the cheese.
Cheese?
Yes, the Tom Paris wanted mac and cheese, so Neelix made cheese and it infected the
Oh yeah, I remember
Oh my
that.
god, I do not know that episode, or I've forgotten that episode.
Really, that was quite memorable that the bacteria in the cheese infected the entire ship. Oh my god.
There,
I remember that
I
one.
can't remember what was going on. DS9 I didn't get to watch all the way through because they put it on WGN, which had it scheduled for Sunday afternoons, which WGN also broadcasts the Chicago Cubs. And if you have to pick on WGN between the Cubs and Deep Space Nine, it was always it was always the Cubs. So if you wanted to pick it up later, it could be midnight on Tuesday. You had no idea when they were going to show it.
Right. Yeah, Learning Curve, season 1, episode 16.
Oh God, I'll have to go back and look at that one. JT, do you want to join us for a little? I don't know what something involving a dreadnought, probably Hive Onslaught.
Something involving a dreadnought. Maybe
That's
more
the
than one.
criteria. Sure. Okay. Maybe more than one. Yes. There we go.
People
Let
are
me
gonna
make
hate
sure
the
I
ship
switch
when
this.
coming.
Nope, I put it back. Okay. I was playing with this yesterday and it was interesting. Trying some different configurations. Alright, we are queued for Hive Onslaught Advanced. Love me
Nice.
some space stuff. There you go.
That's the spirit.
Yeah. Typically, I would go to work at 8 o'clock on a Monday. In fact, on any day, but I'm going in early because 2 people didn't turn in their timesheets.
Oh no.
Guys, if you're out there and you're listening, and I know you're not, turn in your dang timesheets on Sundays, please. We will.
Here we go. Yep.
Plus, we need to finish working on this stupid bid that I need to get out the door so I can relax.
So the U-Crate will be here between 10 a.m. and noon today.
Okay.
The what?
It's
Shipping container.
Yeah, he's shipping his stuff up here in a container rather
Oh.
than doing it by movers. Well, it's the same thing, but you have the option now. They'll bring the crate to you. You pack it up on your time, your schedule, and then it shows up, depending on where it's
Ah.
going, 7 to 10 days later after you pick it up, send it out. So it's supposed to get picked up on Thursday, right?
Clever alternative.
Yep.
It's a neat system. It's how I moved everything down here, because you can have it there for however long you need it there. So I had 10 days to get mine packed up, and I hired movers to move all my heavy furniture into the crate. And then I spent a week figuring out how to Tetris the rest of my existence. Oh, let me play, I'll tank this one. And then I had it at my apartment, and a day after it arrived, they started calling me saying, "We need to pick it up, we need to pick it up." I'm like, dudes, you just dropped it off yesterday. And it got so bad. Turns out that they had somewhere screwed up stuff. They were supposed to pick it up a week later, and so after I
no.
finally talked to them, I had it emptied and was sitting there for a week. A week. I'm like, if I had known, I
Ouchie.
would not have taken a day off of work to unpack this and run up and down flights of stairs with all my furniture. But no. I suppose it's one way
Oh,
to get
boy.
everything out.
I don't think we have that kind of service that they bring you a container that you have to pack on your own time. You have to be packed when the movers come.
Yeah, and that can be a problem for a lot of people. Also, the way that's regulated, it's very intensely regulated, and still it's the way that people get scammed out of money all the time.
Oh yeah.
It's technically unregulated, but I had someone recommending me a company that was verified because my friend was moving with the same people and he recommended.
Oops, 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 oops. Let's get that fixed.
Yeah, if it's not a well-known company,
Or something that you have verified.
Yeah.
I forgot to put my shields back on. That's why I'm having fun.
Oh my god. I was wondering if you cloak or something, but then
No,
again,
no,
I don't
no.
think the legendary
Turned off my
has a
shields.
cloak.
I was trying to
Oh,
take
boy.
damage yesterday.
Well, you still are.
I'm still here, but hovering at 40%, that's not great.
No, it's not, is it?
Well, let me see if I
Also,
can get
if
out of
you're also against an enemy that you'd have no shields against anyway, so it makes not much of a difference.
Actually, I usually do not have a problem with this one. With my full shields on.
Anyone needs a heal? I have a circle of healing.
Okay, I got shields and I got deflectors back on. Okay, I'm back. No, this on advanced, I usually don't wind up taking significant damage.
Usually people kill the enemies quicker than that.
Yeah, I'm usually doing a better job of sucking up damage.
Yeah, we have a dedicated tank at that time, usually at that mission. That's okay, we can manage it still.
Well, my ship that's got decent DPS has garbage shields, and this one has got good healing, good shielding, good tanking ability. I don't know where to put them on, but it doesn't have great DPS.
Your efforts are futile. Destroy this vessel.
Alright, see for those repulsor beams. Oh, there they are. Nope, cancelled. No, you're not. No, you don't. People hate on that ship. I actually like flying it.
Woot, 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 woot. Stargate Wars says regarding Exonar, they will never do it. He burned too many hands and burned the whole fan film community as a result. Don't know about that, but he definitely
Who
put a
did?
dent in it. The guy who was in charge of Exonar.
Well,
Oh.
he was the cause why there's now extreme limits to the fan film thingy, where they can only do no more than 30 minutes. They can't do an actual fan movie anymore.
But you can do a fan series. Is the fun thing, as long as you keep it to.
It's limited.
It is limited, but right now the series are limited. I mean, we're talking 10 episode seasons. That's one of the things I think that is going to happen in the next 10 to 15 years is we're going to see more and more short format fan stuff coming out from the companies that will allow it, and that's actually to their advantage. One thing that kept Star Trek alive after they killed TOS in the third season was the fact that people started doing the whole fanfic, and it was existing in other genres before that, but it became a thing.
Yeah.
And
My
now that
problem
we've
with-
got other medium, I think we're going to see, maybe not with Star Trek per se, but with other stories, we're going to see fanfics that help keep a storyline alive after the money making goes out of it. And that's what's happening. I mean, look at all the movies that have come out in the last 5 years, 3 years, that have been really, really high budget and have never recouped the investment.
Well, there are multiple reasons why that's happening.
Exonar finished filming, didn't they? I don't think so, Lyrina.
No.
Yeah.
They had to change Axonar into a kind of mostly a non-Trek thing at this point.
Yeah, I don't think they ever finished filming. I've never heard that, at least.
Plus, they can't even use the cast they were using originally anyway now.
Lyrina says, just got email notice. They're in post. Sweet. Okay, I guess they did finish filming. You're clearly
Yes,
in the know
with,
there.
with non-Star Trek actors
Yeah,
because of
that's-
the restrictions.
But that's okay. That gets back to my... Yeah, we love having our Star Trek callbacks and having the actors and things like that, but moving forward in the same universe is really fun.
Right?
You know, as long as it's not too off the wall.
Yeah, but I will highly unlikely watch the damn thing.
Oh, if
More-
I can force
more out
myself to
of-
watch Discovery, I can watch anything.
Yeah,
We'll wait
but-
until you actually watch it, Mom.
Pardon?
We'll wait until you actually do watch it.
I've watched seasons 1 and 2 and most of 3, but I'm just gonna... I got
that's
other
fine.
things that are priorities. Alex is ready to produce more 15-minute fan episodes as part of the Historical Society series. Ooh, that's fun.
Well, my problem with Alex and Axonar in general is he's put his hand in the wrong pot with with spending that fan money to build
Hey,
a movie company.
if people want to give him their money, that's up to them.
Yeah, But the problem is had he not done that, none of what CBS did would have happened.
No, you don't know that.
Oh,
Because somebody would have done it. Somebody would have tried it.
I think it's
Yeah,
a bit of a
but
stretch.
he-
I mean, 2009 films have also contributed, so I don't think it's a thing. Oh, good! Xbox is starting to pop up ads in my dashboard.
Oh, how fun. I don't know what happened to my, oops, that's not how you spell that.
I already heard that Microsoft is working on putting that into Windows.
11.
So
What
you'll have
the-
ads when you when you lock your computer. You're gonna have ads when you There's a pause in YouTube is doing something it's gonna put some type of ads in between movies, like between clips. So it's gonna be annoying.
Yeah, most of the Microsoft stuff, it's more in the start section than anywhere else that the ads are going to be dumped into.
And I don't even really use the start menu anymore.
That remains to be seen. I've heard that they have plans to put ads into all of the Microsoft products. So when the app is loading, you're gonna have ads and stuff like that as well. Rather annoying. Yeah, the thing is that they've been hanging on the cast of the 2009
Yeah.
Star Trek so long. I think that some of them would be rather pissed, and at this point would say "Yeah, I'm done. You've had your chance."
Well, Strange New Worlds is doing well enough, but right now Paramount is saying that they need to see some good response to Starfleet Academy, and if it's another Harry Potter in the Sorcerer's Com badge, I don't care, but they're indicating it's not going to be that. And if that does well,
from behind the scenes, so
there's
Just the
the
cast
casting
alone.
is sounding great.
yeah, casting alone
yeah.
does sound good, and I'm really
I'm-
hopeful.
Me too.
I don't think Holly Hunter would have brought herself into something that is, I don't know, it's not worthy her time. I don't know.
I mean,
I'm not saying that
she's
a
not
high
doing a lot,
profile.
but I think she is a very good actress, and if she wasn't really interested, I don't
Yeah, that's
think-
what I mean.
Yeah.
I think it's quality-wise, if it wouldn't be worth it, I don't think she would have picked it up as well.
Yeah, I hope there's something good there. What's the other one they want to see do well? Oh, the Section 31.
31.
If those
yeah,
two
with
do
Michelle.
well enough, they are thinking of some variation on Legacy.
Well, Michelle is on the roll right now, so
For-
if she brings up enough people and
Yeah.
and the show and the film does well,
They
why not make stuff like that? Patrick Stewart said he wanted a follow-up post Picard film as well.
Oh, I'm sure he does.
I think there was early murmurs of that there was already something in early potential development,
For
but that was about it.
Legacy?
No, for Picard, maybe.
Yeah,
Yeah,
but that's more in his planning than in theirs, from what I can tell.
well, if it wasn't for Terry, we probably wouldn't have a good ending and prospect for Legacy, honestly.
But now he's involved with something else, so that's an issue with Legacy. Speaking of, he was going to do a writer's symposium at Star Trek Nashville, and that has been canceled. So
Oh, wow, that's
Yeah.
sad. I heard about that.
yeah, I was looking for it. He was going to do one in Vegas and one in Nashville, and it wasn't cheap, but I was looking
Yeah, I saw the
forward to it.
prices.
It's not that bad. For me, it's a 3-hour drive, probably longer than that, but still. So you can drive down there, just go to the seminar, a couple $100, spend the night, and drive back the next day, or if I really want to, come straight back the same day. Looking forward to that. Picard needs to produce. Yep, he needs to be executive producer.
You mean Stewart,
Yeah.
right?
I'm sure that's what he meant, but you're right. Absolutely.
Yeah.
He
I get
already
it.
was an executive producer for Picard series.
Yeah, he
anyway.
was.
Yeah, he was.
Yeah,
but
he was.
He's a good actor, and I love him dearly, but he is showing his age. Yeah, I mean, the man's 80. 80, 84 this year.
84, yeah.
Yeah.
He's like 2 years shorter than my grandma. My grandma's already lost the contact with reality.
So JT says, I love Picard, but even I will admit that after Star Trek Picard, he needs to enjoy his life. He's not getting any younger, so either do something soon rather than later or let the man retire. I would see the story in the universe that are about new characters, agreed, that do not have to be the captain of the flagship or some other grandiose ship of importance. If it is some important ship or person, then at least make it someone new or not as well known. What happened to an already known? Cough, Shaban.
Yeah, I agree with that one. I
Like
agree
Rita.
with that one.
Yeah, no, it's actually something I've advocated for a long time. Is a good example is Lower Decks. This is not the flagship of the fleet. These are not the main characters, and it's not a bad show.
We kind of already have Ascension ship in the fleet without spoiling.
I wouldn't mind seeing the Tin Man concept expanded. That's something they never went forward with, and there is a potential there.
I do agree with what Devakin said from Jay-Z. He said, and the thing is, I'm really pissed off that they rechristened the Titan into Enterprise.
Yeah, you and a lot of people.
That was unnecessary, and it undermines everything that the crew of Titan did. And also, why does it have to be a flagship? Why couldn't Seven just be captain of a starship instead of the starship?
I can make an argument for it if I knew the background a little bit better, but the only valid argument I can see for making it the flagship and making her that is in direct response to her actions and the loss of so many ships during the battles, the final battles there. So I wrote a fanfic a long time.
It would not lose anything by not being Enterprise. If it was Titan, it still would have legacy of Frakes.
Yeah, but I get it.
And
You know,
Riker,
it's a Star Trek thing. They've got to have an Enterprise.
So the Doylist explanation is there was a lot of backlash during season 1 when they're like they're going to kill Picard and then rename the
La Serena,
the USS Picard, and people were pissed.
Well, why rename a ship anyway? Who came up with that one? No one needed to rename the ship. It could have remained a Titan. It would still have its legacy. They could have said that it's being refit to be more tactically oriented.
Fan service thing that they're trying to accommodate, and sometimes it's not the right thing to do. You don't need to always do fan service.
Well, they overdid that one because it's not a fan service at all. I mean, I didn't like that, and I know a lot of people went just like, icky.
Hey, Lorena, I wasn't aware of this strike in Toronto. Not that it's a surprise. But that said, if I don't get into the office and get everybody paid, they will go on strike, and that would not be a good thing.
You wouldn't want that, no.
No, well, it would give me an excuse to retire a little earlier than planned, but that's the way it goes. So anyway, guys, I am out of here. I will be on tonight for a switch, and then we're off until Thursday. I will be in the mornings, but Thursday night will be the next night show after tonight. So
yeah, like I said, Crate will be here around 10 to noon today, so I'm going to be...
Just don't exhaust yourself.
Yep.
It's hot. It's pleasantly warm up here, but hopefully it'll be a lot more comfortable. Anyway, guys, I will see you all tonight, 6 till 9 p.m. And if not, we'll see you tomorrow morning. Chris, take care of yourself. JT, nice to meet you. Layrina, nice to see you here. Who else was here today? I know somebody else was here. Razul, good to see you. Stargate Wars, thank you for being on. And Chris, take care of yourself.
I'll try.
Are you ready, Ed?
I don't have access to it.
Oh, that's right. You don't have access to it. Okay, everybody, we have to do this. So, everybody, stay moopsome.
Moopsy.
Shun the non-believers. Shun.